The discovery the mining vessel Starfall drifted through the asteroid field at the edge of known space. Captain Zex stood on the bridge, his forearms crossed over his chest. His purple skin shimmered under the ship's lights. The Zarkonian Empire had sent them here to find rare metals. They found something else instead. "Captain, you need to see this," Zircon called from the scanner station. The old scientist's voice shook with excitement. Zex moved the screen. His 3 eyes widened. There, hidden among the asteroids, sat the largest ship he had ever seen. It stretched 50 kilometers long, a mountain of metal floating in space. Strange symbols covered its dark hull. The metal looked ancient, but showed no rust or damage. "By the void," Zex whispered. "How long has it been here?" "Scans show at least 2,000 years, Zircon replied. "But Captain, the strange thing is the material. Our computers cannot identify it." They moved closer. The ancient ship remained silent and dark. On its side, barely visible, were markings in an unknown script. The computer translated slowly, "UES Prometheus." "I have never heard of the UES," Zex said. "Have you?" Zircon searched the galactic database. "Nothing, Captain. No record of this nation or species." They docked with the giant ship. The airlock opened easily, too easily. Inside, the corridors were vast. A tall species built this ship. The walls held technology that looked primitive: wires, buttons, screens, yet something felt wrong. It seemed too simple. "Captain, look at this." Zircon touched a panel on the wall. Suddenly, lights flickered on. Power hummed through the ancient corridors. The dead ship was waking up. A blue light appeared before them. It formed into a shape a figure wearing a uniform. The hologram spoke in an unknown language. Then the translator kicked in. "Emergency Protocol 7 activated," the figure said. She looked like no species they knew. Smooth skin, no scales or fur, just 2 arms, 2 eyes. "I am Admiral Sarah Chun of the United Earthship Prometheus. If you are seeing this message, our emergency stasis has lasted longer than planned." "Earth?" Zex asked Zircon. "What is Earth?" The hologram continued. "Warning. Do not attempt to access the core systems without proper authorization. 50,000 souls rest in stasis within this vessel. We are humanity's last hope." The message faded. Deep in the ship, something stirred. Red lights turned green on thousands of pods hidden in the ship's belly. 3 of them opened with a hiss. A man fell out of the first pod, coughing. He had dark hair and wore a blue uniform. "Where? What year is it?" he asked in the same strange language. From the second pod came a woman with short black hair. She held her head, dizzy and confused. The third pod released another man, younger, who immediately looked for a weapon. "I am Commander Minjun," the first man said once the translator worked. "This is Engineer Seo Yin and Lieutenant Jung Hoon. Who are you?" "What species?" "I am Captain Zex of the Zarkonian Empire," Zex replied carefully. "The year is 3457 by galactic standard." Minjun's face went pale. 3,000? No, that cannot be right. We left Earth in 2156. That means 2,000 years, Seo Yan whispered. "We have been sleeping for 2,000 years. A new voice echoed through the ship. "Atlas AI system online. Running diagnostics. Power at 15%. Weapons offline. Shields offline. Detecting unknown vessels in proximity. Atlas, status report," Minjun commanded. "Commander, I have bad news. We are the only human signature for 10,000 light years. Earth. Earth is gone from all star charts." Jung Hoon stepped forward. "What do you mean gone?" Zex felt uncomfortable. He knew the dead worlds in the galactic core, planets stripped of all resources by the great empires. One of them must have been this Earth, your world, Zex said slowly. If it was in the galactic core, it may have been claimed by the council races long ago. The three humans looked at each other. Their faces showed pain, loss, and then something else. Something hard and determined. How many of us are left? Min-Jun asked Atlas. 50,000 in stasis on this ship, Commander. I am also detecting ... Wait. I am receiving ancient quantum signatures. There are responses from 4 other Prometheus-class vessels. The lights on the bridge suddenly blazed to full power. The ancient ship was truly waking up now. And with it, humanity would return to a galaxy that had forgotten them. Outside, Zex's communication panel lit up with an urgent message from the Galactic Council. They had detected the energy signature ... They wanted the ship. Asterisk rising tensions. Min-Jun stood in the Prometheus command center, staring at the galactic map. Where Earth should be, only empty space remained. His home, everything he knew, was gone. Co Yeon worked at a console beside him, pulling up historical records from Atlas. Commander, you need to see this, she said, her voice breaking. The screen showed images that made Min-Jun's stomach turn. Earth stripped bare. Its oceans gone, its surface cracked and dead. Mining ships, each bearing the Galactic Council seal, tearing the planet apart piece by piece. They killed our world, Jung-hoon said, his fists clenched. They murdered Earth. Captain Zex shifted nervously. The Council claims all dead worlds. It is the law. If no species lives there, we were not dead. Min-Jun snapped. We left to explore, to find new homes. We were coming back. Zirkin studied his scanner. Captain Zex, Council ships approaching. 100 vessels. The Hegemony fleet. Through the viewport, ships emerged from hyperspace. Sleek, deadly vessels surrounded the Prometheus. Each one bristled with weapons. The largest ship, a battle cruiser, moved forward. Unknown vessel. A voice boomed through space. I am Admiral Vertan of the Galactic Hegemony. You will surrender your ship immediately. The Council has claimed this salvage. Min-Jun looked at Seo Yen. How are our systems? She worked frantically. Atlas is bringing more online. Power at 40%. I can get shields up, but weapons will take time. They think we are primitive, Jung-hoon observed. Look at them. No defensive formation. They expect us to surrender. Min-Jun activated the communication system. Admiral Vortan, I am Commander Min-Jun of the U-East Prometheus. This is a human vessel. We do not recognize your authority. Laughter echoed across the channel. Humans, the extinct species? Do not play games. Humans were weak. They died out naturally. Their technology was primitive. Surrender now or be destroyed. Seo Yan suddenly smiled. Commander, I found something. Our main reactor, it is not damaged, just sleeping. If I wake it up... Do it, Min-Jun ordered. She entered a code. Deep in the ship, something massive stirred. The lights grew brighter. Screens came alive. The ancient ship hummed with power that shook its frame. What are you doing? Vertan demanded. Power down immediately. More stasis pods opened throughout the ship. Dozens of humans stumbled out, confused but ready. Military training kicked in. They moved to stations, understanding their situation quickly. Sir, a new voice called. A woman in a captain's uniform approached. Captain Maria Rodriguez, 3rd Battalion. My troops are ready. How many? Min-Jun asked. 500 so far. More waking up. Outside, Vortan grew impatient. You have 1 minute to comply. SEO Yin's fingers flew across her console. Shields at 70%. Commander, I am reading our weapon systems. This is not possible. What do you mean? Antimatter cannons. Gravity torpedoes. Quantum destabilizers. Commander, one of our point defense guns has more power than their battlecruiser's main weapon. Yong-hoon checked tactical systems. Confirmed. Their technology looks advanced, but it is like comparing a sword to a nuclear bomb. 30 seconds. Vertan shouted. Min-jun thought about Earth, dead and stripped bare. About humanity, scattered and sleeping in ships across the void. About the arrogance of this council that claimed their worlds. Raise shields, he ordered. The Prometheus's shields came online. A blue energy field surrounded the massive ship, beautiful and terrible. The hegemony ships actually moved back. Impossible, Vorten breathed. Scanners cannot penetrate those shields. What are they? Zircon stared at his readings. Captain Zex, those are not normal shields. They bend space itself. Our weapons could fire for years and never touch them. Final warning. Vertan screamed. Lower your shields or we open fire. Min-jun looked at his growing crew. Humans who had lost everything but refused to give up. He thought about the 50,000 still sleeping, trusting them to protect humanity's future. Admiral Vertan, Min-jun said calmly, you killed our world. You scattered our people. But you made one mistake. What mistake? Vertan snarled. You thought we were weak. 3 hegemony ships fired. Their plasma beams struck the Prometheus's shields and simply disappeared, absorbed like rain hitting the ocean. Co-YEON looked up from her station. Commander, one forward gun is online. Just one, Min-jun nodded. Target the 3 ships that fired. Minimum power. Minimum? Yong-hoon asked. We are not murderers. Disable only. The Prometheus's single gun turned. It fired once. A beam of light, thin as a needle, touched each ship for a split second. All 3 ships went dark. Their reactors dead, their weapons offline. They drifted helplessly in space, but the communication channel remained silent for 10 long seconds. Then Vertan spoke, his voice shaking. What? What are you? Min-jun stood tall. We are humans, and we have returned. The galaxy trembles. News of the battle spread across the galaxy like wildfire. On 1,000 worlds, in 10,000 languages, the same message played. An unknown species called humans had disabled 3 hegemony warships with a single shot. On the Prometheus bridge, Min-jun watched as more systems came online. The massive ship was truly awakening now. Lights blazed in sections that had been dark for millennia. The gentle hum of the reactor grew stronger. Commander, Seo-yan called out, excitement in her voice. Atlas has reached full operational capacity. You need to hear this. The AI's voice filled the bridge, stronger and clearer than before. Commander Min-jun, I have completed my diagnostics. The Prometheus is one of 12 Titan-class supercarriers built by humanity. Each commanded an entire fleet sector during the Exodus. 12? Yong-hoon asked. Where are the others? Scanning quantum frequencies, Atlas replied. I am detecting responses from 4 carriers. They are beginning activation sequences. Estimated time to full power, 72 hours. Captain Zex, who had remained quiet, finally spoke. Commander, you must understand. The Council controls everything. They have millions of ships, dozens of species under their command. Min-jun turned to him. And they destroyed Earth. Tell me, Captain, how many other worlds have they stripped bare? Zex could not meet his eyes. Hundreds. Meanwhile, Admiral Vortan had retreated to a safe distance. His pride burned, but fear grew in his chest. He opened a priority channel to the Galactic Council. "High Counselors," he reported, "the ancient ship is more powerful than anything we have seen. Request immediate reinforcement. Send everything." The Council's response was swift. Ships from every member species began jumping to the Prometheus's location. The Zarkonian Empire, the Hegemony, the Collective, the Trade Federation all sent their finest vessels back on the Prometheus. More stasis pods opened. The command center filled with human soldiers, engineers, doctors, scientists. And then, from the deepest section of the ship, a special pod released its occupant. Admiral Sarah Chun stepped out, still in her dress uniform. She was older than the others, her hair streaked with silver, but her eyes burned with determination. The bridge fell silent as she entered. "Status report," she commanded. Minjun quickly briefed her. As he spoke of Earth's fate, Chun's face remained stone, but her hands clenched tight. "Atlas," she said when Minjun finished, "initiate Prometheus protocol. Wake all military personnel. Bring all weapons online." "Admiral," Sizel Yan interrupted, "the Council is assembling a massive fleet. Our scanners show over 10,000 ships converging on our position." Chun nodded. "Let them come. Atlas, send the activation signal to all hidden human outposts." "Hidden outposts?" Yung-hoon asked. Chun smiled grimly. "You did not think we put all our eggs in one basket? Humanity learned to hide, to survive. There are stations, colonies, ships scattered across dark space. They have been waiting for our signal." The view screen lit up with responses. Dozens, then hundreds of signals answered. From asteroid bases, from ships hiding in nebulas, from colonies on worlds the Council never charted. Humanity was not 50,000. It was millions. The Council fleet arrived in waves. Ships filled space around the Prometheus, a swarm of metal and weapons. High Counselor Zarkin himself commanded from his flagship. "Attention humans," his voice boomed. "You are outnumbered 10,000 to 1. Surrender now, and we may show mercy." Admiral Chun activated the ship's broadcast system. Her message went out on all frequencies, to every inhabited world in the galaxy. "Citizens of the galaxy," she began, "I am Admiral Sarah Chun of humanity. 2,000 years ago, your council destroyed our homeworld. They thought they had killed us all. They were wrong." She paused, letting her words sink in. "We do not seek vengeance. We seek justice. But know this humanity endures. We survived. We grew stronger. And we will never again allow genocide against any species." "Enough!" Zarkin roared. All ships opened fire. Space lit up as 10,000 ships fired at once. Beams, missiles, and projectiles filled the void, all racing toward the Prometheus. Chun turned to her crew. "Deploy the fighter screen." Bay doors opened along the Prometheus's hull. Drones poured out not dozens or hundreds, but thousands. Each drone was small, no bigger than a shuttle. But as the first wave of enemy fire reached them, the truth became clear that each drone projected shields as strong as a battleship. Their weapons carved through enemy formations like butter. They moved faster than anything the Council had seen, dancing between shots with impossible grace. The Council fleet's first volley accomplished nothing. Their second met the same fate. Fear began to spread among their ranks. Then, 4 quantum rifts opened around the battlefield. 4 more Titan-class carriers emerged, each as massive as the Prometheus, their hulls gleaming with power. The UES Olympus, Ragnarok, Amaterasu, and Phoenix had answered the call. "This is Admiral Park of the Olympus. We stand with you, Prometheus." Admiral Singh, Ragnarok reporting. "Our guns are ready." Admiral Nakamura, Amaterasu. Justice for Earth. Admiral Santos Phoenix. Humanity rises. The Council fleet, so confident moments before, now faced 5 supercarriers and 20,000 drone fighters. Panic rippled through their ranks. Fire everything. Zarkin screamed. Destroy them all. But it was too late. The galaxy would learn this day why humanity had once ruled the stars, and why they should never have been forgotten. Asterisk humanity's wrath. The 5 supercarriers hung in space like ancient gods of war. Admiral Chun stood on the Prometheus Bridge, watching the Council fleet scramble to reform their lines. 10,000 ships against 5. They still believed numbers would save them. Admiral, CO Yan reported. All carriers report weapons ready. Awaiting your command. Chun looked at the tactical display. Among the Council fleet, she saw slave ships vessels from species forced to fight. The Myrani, peaceful traders. The Kelthani, artists and philosophers. All pressed into service by the Council's iron fist. Atlas, Chun commanded, mark all slave species vessels. They are not our enemies. Marked, Admiral. 2,300 ships are crewed by enslaved species. Captain Zex stepped forward. Admiral Chun, my people, the Zarkonians, we followed the Council because we had no choice. They destroyed our colonies when we resisted. Chun met his eyes. Then it is time to give you a choice. Open all channels. Her voice reached every ship, every world watching the battle. Enslaved species of the Council fleet, power down your weapons, and you will not be harmed. Today, you can be free. High Counselor Zarkin's rage echoed across space. Any ship that powers down will be destroyed. I will burn your worlds. But something unexpected happened. One Myrani ship powered down its weapons. Then another. Within minutes, hundreds of ships went dark, their crews refusing to fight. Traitors! Zarkin screamed. Destroy the defectors. Several Council ships turned their guns on the defenseless vessels. They fired. The beams never reached their targets. Drone fighters appeared instantly, shields protecting the defecting ships. The Council's shots bounced harmlessly away. You want to kill the defenseless? Chun's voice turned cold. Atlas, target any ship that fires on unarmed vessels. Disable their weapons only. Surgical strikes lanced out from the drone swarm. Every Council ship that had fired found its weapon systems destroyed in seconds. Their hulls intact, but helpless Minjun watched from his station. Admiral, they are starting to understand. We could destroy them all, but we choose not to. More ships began powering down. The mighty Council fleet was falling apart without a real battle. But Zarkan would not surrender. All loyal ships, activate Nova bombs. He commanded. If we cannot have victory, we will have destruction. Jung Hoon's console screamed warnings. Admiral, 300 ships are charging planet-killer weapons. If they detonate here, the explosion will reach inhabited systems. Chun's expression hardened. They would kill billions just to spite us. All carriers, activate Singularity Defense Grid. The 5 supercarriers moved in perfect synchronization. Energy built between them, reality itself bending. Space twisted, forming a contained bubble around the 300 Council ships. What is this? Zarkin demanded. What are you doing? Saving lives, Chun replied. Fire your weapons if you wish. They will harm no one but yourselves. Some Council captains, seeing the trap, tried to power down. But Zarkin's flagship fired first. The Nova bomb detonated and went nowhere. The Singularity field contained the explosion completely. One by one, the other Council ships fired in panic. Each explosion stayed trapped, unable to escape. When the light faded, 300 Council ships were gone. They had destroyed themselves. The remaining Council fleet sat in stunned silence. Then, broadcasts began flooding in from across the galaxy. Hidden human colonies revealed themselves. On the Council throne world itself, human ships emerged from dark space. A familiar voice joined the channel. "Admiral Chun, this is Captain Lisa Wong of Liberation Fleet 7. The Council homeworld is surrounded. Their leaders are in custody." Chun nodded. "No executions, Captain. We are not them." On his flagship, Zarkin watched his empire crumble. "How? You were extinct. You were primitive." Admiral Park of the Olympus answered him. "You saw our technology 2,000 years ago and thought that was all we had. But humanity's greatest strength was never our weapons. It was our mercy." "Mercy?" Zarkin spat. "You call this mercy?" "Yes," Chun said simply. "We could turn every one of your worlds to ash. Instead, we disable. We protect. We give you the choice we never had." Captain Zex moved to the communication console. "Admiral Chun, I speak for the Zarkonian fleet. We surrender. And we apologize. We should have been better." One by one, other species called in their surrender. The hegemony, the collective, even the Trade Federation. The battle was over. Not a single shot had been fired in anger, by humanity. Jung-hoon looked at the tactical display. "Admiral, we have won." "What now?" Chun turned to face her crew. Humans who had lost everything but chosen justice over revenge. "Now," she said, "we rebuild. Not just Earth, but the entire galaxy. And this time, we do it right." Asterisk a new dawn. 6 months had passed since the battle. Admiral Sarah Chun stood on the observation deck of the Prometheus, but she was not looking at stars. She was watching Earth. The dead world was dead no more. Great machines, built with humanity's hidden technology, worked day and night. Oceans were returning, blue spreading across scarred continents. Green appeared where deserts had been. The atmosphere grew thick and clean. Beautiful, is it not? Captain Zex said, joining her. The Zarkonian had become humanity's strongest ally, working tirelessly for peace. "It will take years," Chun replied, "but Earth will live again." Below them, New Geneva rose from the ground. The city would host the Galactic Democracy Assembly, where every species would have equal voice. No more council. No more empire. Just beings working together. Minjun entered, carrying a datapad. "Admiral, the latest reports. 7 more slave worlds liberated this week. The Kelfani are especially grateful. They are composing songs about humanity's return." Chun smiled. "Any resistance?" "Some holdouts from the old council guard. But when they see our carriers arrive, they usually surrender. We have not had to fire a shot in 2 months." Jung-hoon's voice came over the comm. "Admiral, you should see this." Stasis Section 7. They went to the stasis bay. Thousands of pods were opening. Families, children, civilians who had slept through humanity's darkest time. They woke to find their species not just alive, but leading the galaxy toward peace. A young girl, maybe 7 years old, looked up at Chun with wide eyes. "Are we at the new world yet?" Chun knelt beside her. "Better. We are home." SEO Yan had spent months sharing human technology. Medical advances that cured plagues. Energy systems that ended scarcity. Faster, safer FTL travel. But the military technology, the weapons that could crack planets, those remained with humanity alone. Not because we do not trust, Chun had told the assembly, but because such power should never be widespread. We will be the shield, so others need not be the sword. The 12 Titan-class carriers now patrolled the galaxy. Each protected a sector, ensuring no species faced extinction again. The Prometheus remained at Earth, a guardian over humanity's reborn home. In the new assembly hall, representatives from every species gathered. Former enemies sat together. The Mirani traders spoke with hegemony warriors. Collective minds debated with individual thinkers. And presiding over it all was Admiral Chun, elected as the first speaker, not to rule, but to guide. The old galaxy was built on fear, she addressed them. The strong consumed the weak. Worlds died for resources. Species vanished for being different. That ends now. She activated a hologram showing the new charter. Every species has rights. Every world has protection. And if anyone threatens genocide again, they will answer to humanity. Zircon, now the Zarkonian ambassador, stood. Some ask why humans should lead. I tell them this. Humans had the power to destroy us all. Instead, they chose to heal us. That is leadership. On Earth, cities rose from the ashes. Not just human cities, but mixed settlements. Aliens who had helped in the liberation were welcomed. Earth became a symbol not of human dominance, but of universal cooperation. Min-June stood in the restored soul, watching children play. Human children laughed with Mirani young, while Kelthani teenagers taught them their light songs. This was the future humanity had really been fighting for. The Phoenix carrier detected a distress signal near the galactic edge. Admiral Santos found a primitive species being attacked by pirates, remnants of the old Council forces. The pirates had one old battleship. The Phoenix had enough firepower to destroy a star. The pirates surrendered immediately. The primitive species, just achieving spaceflight, were welcomed into the democracy. They were given protection, trade rights, and the promise that their world would never be stripped bare. They asked why humanity helped them. Because someone should have helped us, Santos answered. 1 year after awakening, Admiral Chun returned to Earth's surface. Oceans lapped at new shores. Forests grew from seedlings preserved in the carriers. Cities hummed with life. The sky was blue again. She stood where New York once was, now a memorial garden. Each tree represented 1 billion humans who had died in the first destruction. But between the trees, flowers bloomed, one for each human now alive. The flowers far outnumbered the trees. Min-June, Seo-yeon, and Jung-hoon joined her. They had become the new generation of leaders, teaching the galaxy that strength meant protection, not domination. Was it worth it? Jung-hoon asked. The 2,000 years of sleeping? Chun watched the sun set over Earth's new oceans. In orbit, the Prometheus stood guard, visible as a star. Around the galaxy, humanity protected the peace. We lost much, she said, but we gained more. We learned that humanity's greatest power was never our weapons. It was our choice to be better than those who hurt us. A child ran past, laughing human or alien. It did not matter. They were all citizens of the new galaxy now. The giants had awakened. And the galaxy was, indeed, better for it. Asterisk?